conversation, we're also going to look at the camera. So, okay. All right, good. So, 3, 2, 1. Hey folks, how are you? Phil Davis, Ancestrylands, Ancestrylands.com. Listen, we needed a little different space today because I have a very important guest here for the channel. I have a person that's going to bring you a great subject matter that relates to all of us. I have here Mr. Taha Sajid, who is the author of, can you grab your book for me? The Ultimate Blockchain Security Handbook. Now you might not be able to see that because of the glare. Let's try to get it in a better spot here. Let me bring it up close. This book is available on Amazon. Mr. Sajid, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for being on the show. All right. We got a little big time here. We got some rental space here. All right. We got some real estate here as well. So your book, you're an author. You joined the club of authorship.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you have your book about blockchain. So can you just tell us in a little bit, for the inexperienced, the unknowing, the non-educated, the people who need enlightenment, what is blockchain?
It's an innovative technology. Think about I always give this example while explaining blockchain that it's an infrastructure.
Okay.
Infrastructure has lights, has traffic signal,
right.
Has traffic signals, have a code of conduct to how you can ride on the roads.
Right.
So it's all about that infrastructure, and it's a new way of handling data.
Got it.
Much securely, but it has its own downsides as well.
Okay, so for the viewers out there who are wondering, blockchain, it always seems to be this grand thing because every time I hear blockchain, I'm always hearing about crypto. It's always blockchain and crypto. Is blockchain, how is blockchain connected to crypto?
Actually, blockchain is a protocol, and crypto is an application which sits on the blockchain protocol, and this is I would say it's like one of the use cases where you can send your money across using that protocol. So it has gained popularity due to crypto. That's why people relate crypto with blockchain.
Okay, so why is crypto so important? Why is it so popular? Why are people saying I'd rather have Bitcoin than gold? And gold, people are saying you're stupid. You should have gold, not crypto or Bitcoin. Dan Pena says you don't know who owns Bitcoin, so why should you do it? He's the guy that curses every time. Sees his kid and he's like, "Mother freaker, how are you doing?" That's how he greets his whole family. Dan, I love you out there, but go ahead, tell me about it.
So the people loves Bitcoin or crypto because it is a good store of value.
Right.
So you can invest in crypto and you can get 10x, 20x.
Right.
Depends on the project. So that's one example of how it's gaining popularity. The other example I give is it removes the middleman. So it has its own way of connecting the peers. So if you are sending your money across using crypto,
right.
You'll not be spending some time or spending some cost on the middleman or on the intermediaries.
Right.
So that's what you can get with cryptos.
Yeah. Right. So we're talking about direct person-to-person exchanges without
middleman. Yeah.
Okay, right. Somebody trying to reach in your pockets and saying, "I'm charging you for the transaction."
Yes. Yeah.
So they're keeping a hand. Get your hand out my pocket, kind of people. All right. So where does with crypto, the allure is person to person, peer to peer, without presumably government oversight. But now the government has gotten into the crypto game with the USDC, United States digital currency. So you talked about blockchain again, and I think we might not be hitting it home. You say blockchain stores.
Yeah, blockchain is think about blocks which are having data,
right?
And they're building up a chain. That's why we call it as a blockchain.
Okay.
And the chain is binded with cryptography. So that's
got it.
One way of thinking that what blockchain is. Yeah.
Okay, so as an investor, a person who, let's just move to a digital society where we're all digital, right? We're in the Star Wars era of there is no paper dollars. What does that world look like for the actual single person related to blockchain? Their currency, their assets, everything seems like it's going to go digitized in some way, or the ownership of it will be digitized, maybe not the physical presence. How does blockchain work into that kind of system? Like, why is it becoming something that is more and more important?
Yeah, so that's an important question. So if you think from the government perspective, if you're using blockchain as your underlying infrastructure to send the money across to central bank, to the central banks or the commercial banks, it gives you like more resiliency in terms of the networking part of it.
Got it.
So you don't have to spend too much on the middleman or on the different financial institution to make the settlements.
Right.
Because if you are using commercial banks, different financial institutions, you are like spending more time and cost on the settlement piece.
Okay.
Whereas if you are using crypto or a digital like crypto in a digital currency, using blockchain, you will not be spending more on that settlement piece, and then plus you will be having its properties, which is more like decentralized, distributed. You can run smart contracts on it.
Right.
So that's like you think about your by using blockchain, governments can use like different of its properties, which can enhance this whole ecosystem.
Got it. Okay. So why are people afraid of blockchain? Because I think that, myself, I must be getting older because I'm scared of technology now, even though I use it every day. Why are people so afraid of blockchain, cryptocurrency, digital currency? What is there anything to be afraid of?
Two things, 2 points I say in here. That one, which is it's being branded in a wrong way.
Okay.
Like, meaning whenever you hear or ask anybody that, hey, what blockchain is, they usually relates this blockchain with crypto. Yeah. And crypto, if you hear the news, something like some coins are going 10x, some are not going up at all, and then there are scams happening.
Right.
So this is what have made people worried about this new technology.
Right.
And the second thing, which also like one of the factors, is it's been thought that with its properties like cryptography, like decentralized nature, distributed nature,
Right.
You get security by default. So they kind of getting this or taking this for granted, like, hey, blockchain is already secure, I don't have to do anything.
Oh, okay.
So that's why it's been like the security portion of it. It's been overlooked.
Okay, so let me. So, folks, I want to give you all a little history about this interview right now. This is our second take of this interview. All right, we tried it yesterday. My audio was a failure, right? So we had a serious issue. But one thing that happened, we had a group of young men that were outside, and we asked to come in, and they initially said no. We have one of the younger gentlemen here today. He's going to be joining us in a second. But again, it's just real time, because I think it's important for us to have this conversation, but also get a younger generation's take on their understanding of blockchain, AI, cryptocurrency, what their experience is, how do they view cryptocurrency? Because I'm 43, you're how old?
I'm 36.
36, and how old are you? 15? Yeah. Okay, so we got a 15-year-old in here, right? I did speak with his father yesterday, and his father knows he's coming here. I did get some level of consent. Could you just twist that blinds a little bit? The pole on the left side, yep. Up, other way, yeah. So I look like I'm going to Jesus right now with the way I'm. Okay, great. No, that's great, good. So we had this young man. What was your name again? Jishnu.
Yeah.
Jishnu. He'll be joining us in a second. I'm going to pop the camera back because I wanted to get the dialogue open and allow him to ask questions too as well, so we can understand and get some education here, because we have a range of an audience here. We have age groups, and thanks for coming and showing up, because we want to make sure that people understand I'm going to be adopting this technology in my later years. It's going to be pivotal. He's going to be the person that's bringing it through and providing the foundation for the young women and gentlemen that are coming up. So let me bring you in a second here, okay? I'm gonna back this up. Okay, good. All right, Vishnu, come on in. There we go. So, yeah, they're gonna size in here. Okay, great. So angle towards him. And I'm gonna keep this going like this because I want people to see how we do this in real time. So tell everybody your name, go ahead and tell the camera.
So hi, my name is Jishnu. I'm studying in Conestoga High School. I'm a freshman, which is 9th grade.
Okay.
So personally to me, I have no clue about cryptocurrency.
None. Jesus.
So I just started to learn about personal finance because there's a course in Conestoga separately for personal finance.
Got it.
And in like 2 to 3 years, the PA, like the, what do you say, the school county or something, they're gonna make it like, you should be having this course for graduation.
Okay.
Just like other subjects like math and
Right,
biology.
like a core class,
Core
right?
class,
Okay,
yeah.
got it.
So this is going to be like a major course you need to get graduation for.
Okay, good. So let's go ahead.
Before you say something, so first of all, audience, cryptocurrency is not blockchain.
Right.
It's an application of blockchain. So people, that's we'll be correcting later, and I'll be educating that how it is different from blockchain, like the difference between
So like this is a good time to have that discussion. So how is crypto and block? Have you heard of blockchain? None. So can you explain to him so he could understand what world he's going to move it into with blockchain?
So when you think about cryptocurrencies and blockchain, I give an example, which is if you look around the infrastructure here, you see roads, you see traffic lights, you see a lot of other facilities as well. Whereas the cars, the vehicles which are running on the road. So think about the cars and the vehicles as the applications, like the cryptocurrencies, and the infrastructure is blockchain, which is lights, roads, the traffic signals, the whole electricity things, So whatever you're getting, so blockchain has this suite of have the suite of technologies which is coming in. And supporting that vehicle to go on the road and to move on the road. So when you think about crypto and blockchain, this is like one of the analogies which you can think in order to understand better.
Folks, honestly, this couldn't have been a better thing to do because what you're seeing is live education happen. So when you're in school and now they're going to teach about finances, is crypto and digital, is that a part of it? Or is it just like, what do you know of what that class is going to look like?
I don't think so because personal finance is more like to like your own savings account, like how are you going to develop money, like about stocks, about the 401k, like basically how you're going to save money and how are you going to spend it.
Oh, so that's not anything to do with
anything.
So you're not going to learn the technology around.
I don't think so.
Okay, so basically, I mean, where do you feel like that's being disserviced?
So I think it's about time that curriculum should include the study of this technology as well, because the reason is blockchain is very much related to the personal finance. If in personal finance you will be using a wallet to store your like digital like the dollars or any like coins, so you have to understand that how that wallet is built up, and what is going behind the scenes when you're for example debiting your account, how the settlement is taking place. And the reason, folks, I'm telling here is like one of the use cases where we use blockchain is the use of smart contracts, which helps in quickly settlement of the money thing. So like think about a use case where you have gone to a grocery store, you are purchasing something, and here when you are as you are sort of like swiping your card, your money is going to that like issuer bank. They are checking that whether you have the money or not. They are like responding with you with some codes in order to process your transaction. So if I'm putting blockchain in that behind the scenes, your whole money settlement can take place very fast, and and the banks will not be charging you $5 or $2 on particular transactions, so that's how that technology is coming in, and this is very important in educating the younger generation that how the technology can help in making your personal finance a good experience.
Now, what questions do you have in relation to that?
So what made you to like take this kind of initiative talking about cryptocurrency?
Okay, so since it is impacting everyone's life, like you see cryptocurrency is going up, and down also, and there are lots of scams happening, and that is, so for me it's about the bad guys are coming after all of us.
Right, right.
So
a lot of Nigerian princes out there, right? Everybody knows
So-
about them, right? I have $50 million. If you send it right now, I promise to pay you back for a hamburger, right?
Yeah. So that's how important it is. And if we don't educate ourselves in how we can use this technology securely, we end up being a victim of that Nigerian prince.
Right. Well, hey, listen, we don't want to go off on Nigeria now. We love you guys, all right? I'm like 10% Nigerian. So for my people, whatever you say in Nigeria for, we love you, all right? So let me ask this question, because when we talk about the digital point, right? When you get paid, or I get paid, we get paid through digital payments right directly to your bank. But if there's a breakdown, at least from what I'm understanding, in the system that's there, if it's not protected, like you have these data breaches from healthcare companies to Experian had a data breach as well. The technology from blockchain protects that data, because again, if you have identity theft, someone walks around and says, I want to be 15 right now and I want to have perfect credit and take your identity, then at least in this country, you have to fight back using legal processes, which cost you money, time, things like that, because your identity, your data is being taken every second, right? Meta, Facebook. Do you have Facebook?
No.
What do you got? Twitter?
No.
Instagram?
I got it Snapchat.
Snapchat. Okay, well, is that what? So is any of that stuff on blockchain, or how is that
Blockchain
being?
has its own a version of Snapchat.
Okay.
So think about I'll take like a minute.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
So when you think about like Meta, Snapchat, like they are being governed by a centralized authority, like who is dictating that how the transactions or how the data should
Right.
being extracted or being used in that platform, and when you put something on blockchain, it's decentralized, distributed, and so it is like it's like for the betterment of everyone. It's not like people are not taking their cut in a way that you can be open to do whatever you can,
Right.
In terms of delivering better efficiency. So that's one way of thinking, that with centralization, although there's good oversight in terms of handling different scams or different things, but it is also can be manipulative.
Right.
Where the governments or can dictate that how you can do the transactions.
Right. Well, that's also happened with some political figures during the last elections, where they've had themselves taken off of Facebook, Twitter, X or X, and I'm going to try to keep up with the new names everybody's changing to. So let me ask you this then: what are your concerns? You're getting financial education, you're getting school education, you're going to go to college, you're going to get a job. But where do you see your future at, and what do you want to do in this world? What do you want to become? I know 15 is a little hard to give you that, but
I had a lot of stuff going on. Like the first job I wanted to become was like a policeman, because I live back in India,
right?
And I moved here recently, like in 2020.
Okay.
So it's been like 4 years or something.
Okay.
So first I wanted to become a policeman, then I wanted to become a doctor, and then
Right.
all sort of stuff. But now I'm trying to stick towards psychology
Psychology.
or psychiatrist.
You have a lot of patience, at least.
I should.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, when you deal with people with mental problems, make sure you don't develop them either. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Good. Well, that's good. But that's a lot of schooling. Are you going to look at doctorate, or are you going to do private practice, or you think you might work out of it? And I know, again, that's a little early.
Yeah.
You might meet a girl 2 years from now and change everything, right?
I'm sort of thinking about it right now, but I don't think I would want to study in the United States.
Okay.
Because of the education. I looked at like 2 to 3 videos on researched on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to take at least 8 to 10 years.
Yes.
To become a psychiatrist or any part in medical school.
Got it.
At least 10 years.
Okay.
But compared to other countries, like if you take India,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to take just 4 years to become a doctor.
Right.
And if you want to do like doctorate or PhD, like extra 2 years or 1.5 years.
Okay.
So maximum is going to take like 6 years to become like a full doctor.
Now you're going to do that, but your affording a lifestyle,
Mm-hmm.
right? When you come to this country 4 years ago.
Yeah.
All right. So how do you view the U.S.? Like when you come here, what was your perceptions of being before? Because you're young enough to know what you thought of the U.S. before and now.
The first year I came here was like nothing to me because I had the worst year going on. That was the COVID time.
Right. Oh, you got here during the pandemic. Okay,
yeah.
Got it.
2020. So, and 2021, of course, we all had to put on our mask.
Yeah.
So the first year, like, I felt like I came into the United States was 2022.
Okay.
That's when everything was like normal.
Right.
And no COVID-19. Like we all got the booster shots and something.
Mm-hmm. Some of us did.
Yeah, some of us.
Some of us did.
Hopefully most of them did. So it was pretty like different, like totally different from India,
Mm-hmm.
the education system. To be honest, this is more relaxed than India.
Okay, got it.
So yeah. Other than that, like you got more opportunities in the United
Mm-hmm.
States than in India. You got a lot of stuff to learn. Like you have different pathways.
Right.
Compared to India.
So with that, you're here getting that education, and I'm going to go back to where we circle into blockchain. You have family here, or you may end up coming back here at some point. You may end up being a psychologist where you do private billing. Even in India, you may do private billing, and I'm not going to speak to the technology, but if you are you have your own office, you have to keep that data safe, right? Because you have patient data. So let's go back to that. Let's put you at where you are, where you want to be, all right? You're a handsome, striking psychologist who can fix every crazy woman that we all have been married to or will marry, okay? Okay? And you're going to fix the crazy men who pick crazy women too, right? You're going to fix it all right? But you
have settled it now by...
Yeah, I know. I'm ruffling feathers here, folks, all right? And you're going to fix it all right? And not be crazy at the same time, all right? Once you do that, you still have to deal with the business side.
Mm-hmm.
Billing, patient information, patient protection, patient privacy, all of HIPAA.
Security.
Right. And that's where we come back to blockchain. So where is blockchain providing him an avenue?
So if you are a psychiatrist, you're looking after the patients. So like think about like a use case where the patient has to take an appointments. Usually what happens in a normal centralized space, like the patient has an application, like maybe he will search for your name, he will like do the login, he will search for your name and then see that if there's a queue in here, like made a request. So this whole process is being like done by a sample program, which takes the input and delivers some outputs, So think about if I'm just using blockchain in that use case, I'll be using smart contracts in trying to have this flow going, Send the request, check that, hey, do you have any patients list or not? When can he comes in? So all the data, you don't need like somebody to actually check all this information. It is a self-governing, a self-executing contract, where it takes the input and delivers output. So your patients will not have to wait for longer duration. At least, when they submit a request, they would exactly know the status that where, how much is the waiting time, So that's like somebody's not controlling the software. You can just, develop your own thing and, like put it on the blockchain and this data, what patient, for example, your patients, you say that, hey, like you need to go to a test, a lab and to do your test. Then you have to submit your test and have to evaluate this. So this like the patient file has to go across different different people. They have to check the records, making sure everything is good. So you don't. So with blockchain, it can be distributed. Everyone can have a copy of that record,
right?
And you don't have to do more programming on top of that. So you already with blockchain application in your use case, you'll be getting cryptography, meaning your data, your patient data will be secured. Nobody can take or do some manipulations on that data. Your whole automation piece can comes in where your input output request would your whole process can be seamless. So this is what you can get with blockchain. And with all this, what you get is you can save a lot of money. Your time will be saved. And plus, on top of that, you can project your solution. Or for example, if somebody in India wants to do a consulting with you, you can connect your application with the peers as well, since it's a distributed database. So you can have your application running in the US, you can connect the patients in India as well, So it supports that model as well. So you'll be having more patients. So you should not be running your own business. You can hire think like people like Philips.
No, don't hire me. I wanted to cut. I'm doing a video. Don't hire me. Pay me. I'm not working for anybody. I'm giving you the interview. If you go on to become a millionaire, I want 10%. Send some back. All right. That's saying thank you.
And in future, if your business goes 10x, 20x, you instead of doing
for me. Go ahead.
Instead of doing and if you want to expand your business, instead of going open to public, putting shares, you can fractionalize it if you are running a blockchain business, meaning you can have people investing in, and you can offer them tokens or coins instead of and taking a portion of that equity. So you don't have to so it has a lot of use cases. It depends on how do you want to scale and how do you want to do this.
What do you got for a question?
Not really a question, but now I think where the topic is going on, what cryptocurrency is. So I got one question. What do you think cryptocurrency or blockchain is going to be like in 10 years? Because back in 15 years ago, 10 years ago, people even my parents, they say that do coding, study AI. That's going to be your future for 10 years or 20 years. But right now, they're building up new AI, new robots, which can do coding by its own. And now people, even my parents, the same parents, are telling that don't do coding anymore because you got AIs to compute various amount of codings like C++, Java, etc., etc. So where do you see cryptocurrency or blockchain in 10 years or 15 years?
That's a very good question, guys.
Woo, boy, we getting a young man coming out.
Think about it. I'll just elaborate on what he's saying. So imagine now with ChatGPT.
Oh yeah,
with generative AI, you can
all school students' favorite.
Oh, they're gonna say your teachers might be watching this one day. All right.
Cut that.
So imagine that AI machine learning code, your ChatGPT application can generate that code. So what happens if you are doing your 4 years of bachelor's, and learning all that thing, and if an AI can do all that thing, so what happens in 10 years of the time, where this technology is coming, and that's what you're asking. So basically, so no matter if you are using ChatGPT or a normal like a Java script language, you need to use data. That generative AI platform is running its show by the use of data. As more data we are processing in that application, the more smarter it is becoming. So if somebody is tampering that data, it can give some other inputs or wrong output. So if in the backhand, where the data is being fed into that ChatGPT software, if I can secure that part and make sure that it is not tampering or the source of data is original, you can have more precise or accurate information coming out of that tool. That's one of the use cases. The other use case I would say with AI coming in, there's an issue of governance. That how you can like regulate problem where the ChatGPT, where the information which ChatGPT is giving, if you are using that for the legal purpose, and if something is wrong, that would you blame the ChatGPT or would you blame somebody who is processing that information? So this use case needs proper governance. The AI needs governance. Yeah. So in that governance model, if you can make it an ecosystem which is distributed, which is built on the consensus mechanism, which is run by a smart contract, you can better control the governance part of that AI. And in this way, you like that technology can be more adaptive, can be more trustworthy. So you're controlling the source of the data, which has been fed into that ChatGPT platform, okay, by using that data from the blockchain, as well as setting up the governance model more distributed, more decentralized, like run by the smart contract, so it should not be like manipulative. So that's like two use cases. So like coming to your question, that how do I see in 10 years technologies going? Like there'll be more technologies coming in, but like similarly the attackers, that like the cyber hacks will be increased too, because they also know those technologies coming in. So they're whatever they do, they'll be more smart.
Right.
So as individuals, we have to do more due diligence in how to educate ourselves in trying to protect and try to use those technologies safely. So think about any technology what you are using, no matter like it's a psychological thing, it's a AI algorithm. You should like while you use those technologies, although it is like giving smarter results, but you have to know how to use them securely. So with any technology, you have to also learn like the cybersecurity part of it, which is confidentiality, integrity, and availability.
Okay. And you're gonna learn that already before you become a doctor. Look at that. All right, so let's talk about the book now, and I'm gonna get to your last little bit of questions in relation to your book. When he asked about jobs, and we're going to get to that because I want to really know, what do you see as, you're saying coding, Java, script, CB, DCBB. I'm not.
You know the good language.
Yeah. ABC, BBD, that's all I know. But any which way, the protecting yourself, because if you're going to be a doctor, psychologist, medical field, police officer, you still are going to be accessing data, no matter what, right? And the applications, the way that data is used, if you're getting wrong data, say you're a police officer, right? And you're looking for an African-American male with a black hat, with a black shirt, with yellow writing, in a room with two other men, right? You want to make sure that data is good data so you can come in and get that person. Now, if it's fed wrong and you're looking for an African-American male with a black hat, Ancestry Land shirt up there, right? Because it's wrong data, you're going to come in and arrest me, right? I'm the wrong guy. It's him. He's the culprit. All right, no, I'm joking. So, but my point is, you talk about how to identify security, right? In this book. So can you tell us a little bit about where you feel that blockchain relates to that? How does a person protect himself against Nigerian princes, guys with hats, with black shirts, with yellow writing, and police officers with bad intel, right?
By the way, one thing. So there's a perception, when you see a movie with somebody wearing a black hat, wearing a black jacket,
right,
running its code, and hacking and going to somebody's account, and so you are having this sort of thing in your mind that hey, that like the hackers are like this, but the hackers are like all of us,
right?
They are just simple.
Sure.
They may be hanging there,
They're Nigerian princess, right?
So it's just a perspective,
right?
Yeah. So the thing
Actually,
is
that's a
that
good point.
we should not be waiting for somebody to come to us, instead and then we'll be doing corrective actions or to going to some audit,
right,
police that
right.
hey, I'm lost, So this is something which we need to proactively handle all this. So coming to your question, which is
In the book,
yeah,
you talk about this, right?
yeah. So in the book, what I explicitly mention is that so the understanding of blockchain is not clear. There's a lot of like misconceptions, which is like crypto is Bitcoin. Yes, it is Bitcoin, but like Bitcoin is blockchain, or blockchain or Bitcoin. So I have cleared that confusion in this book by going deep detail into each of the protocols. And then what I did is I try to zoom in a bit, like try to show everybody that how how it is secure from the confidentiality, integrity, and availability standpoint. If blockchain is used in any healthcare use case, for example, how your confidentiality would be saved, would be secured, which is like data privacy. So within that, I have tried to show that what are the vulnerabilities with this technology and how you can secure it. So this is something which is for everyone.
Okay. Yeah. Let me ask you then, do you have any right now, before you walked in to what you're learning or getting on the way of learning, was this something that you now see as being a part of your world? Blockchain?
Not in my world. I think this should be in everyone's world. And stop depending on others, doing it by yourself.
Right.
I think this is a great platform everyone can learn.
Yeah.
So I think
Ancestry Lands is a great. This YouTube channel is a great platform, right? Absolutely. But go ahead. Absolutely. Thanks for promoting the channel. Make sure everybody in your high school knows you're going on this video.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good. Okay.
So just like the Pennsylvania School Committee did, like personal finance should be in your graduation in like 2 years.
Right.
I wish they could also have done this.
Right.
Cryptocurrency, learning cryptocurrency or blockchain should be in your graduation. So that would be a great thing to every human being. And to the Nigerian, like
Nigerian. We're gonna get off Nigeria for now.
One thing I just need to highlight here, as you were telling about personal finance, we live in a privileged country. We live in a privileged world.
My America! Oh my goodness, we're privileged.
So a lot of people don't have access to the personal finance. They cannot store their money. They cannot access the banks. Either they don't have like internet with them, or they don't have a valid identity. Like identity, they don't have an ID card. For example, like villages in India, or parts of Africa. They don't have access to the bank. Like they don't have the ID card. So with blockchain, it allows those people to be a part of the financial ecosystem. They can use like with those I would say what I heard previously, it's around 1.5 to 2 billion people who are not included in the financial system. So imagine if in the personal finance topic, if we can also teach that how blockchain can help anybody in their personal finances, so it can open ways for the students to learn more, because they will be more curious to understand, hey, what blockchain has to do in personal finance. So this way, if you can include these topics into the personal finance topics, or anybody with the students, so it will help them to see this as one of the potential technologies.
Good. What else do you think is missing from? Because my kids are a little bit younger than where you are, so I see it as something that's a gap, because it doesn't seem like school is teaching, and it's not an insult on school, but it's just that the things that you need as far as finances, I'm glad the school even touches that topic, but it is not inclusive of everything that you really are going to be dealing with in the world, because obviously blockchain is something that you're going to be, if we can get those 1.4 billions, you can definitely sell them this book. They can buy land, and they can also be patient, because we know it's going to drive people crazy. So we all have a great need for everyone to get. We need to get those 1.1 billion signed up right now for personal finances. So, but do you not feel that they should have more education?
Well, yeah, they should. Education is a main thing in everyone's life. So I don't know what stopped them from getting education, like what did happen or what's happening to them. So
right.
This is really an important thing to
Got
let
it.
them know.
Okay. So let me ask you this, Todd. If you could give him 3 things, right, on why his father should let him buy this book, why all of the, I'm not going to say your high school again, his high school students who are dealing with personal financing, why should they get this book? What will they learn? What will they know? Why would my grandma need to know this book? I mean, stop reading the true love romance books, Grandma, and pick this Ultimate Blockchain Security Handbook up and learn something at almost 90 in a few months.
One of the top reasons is, I would say, is since blockchain is now has so much potential, it has a lot of use cases. So all the grandmas watching, or the
hey, Grandma.
students watching, with 2-3 years down the time, you will be seeing a lot of use cases, a lot of adoption of this technology. And this book is telling you that how to use this technology securely and safely. Because if the amount of hype, it carries with this technology is carrying, the bad guys are also coming after us. So we need to understand that. That we need to prepare ourselves. We need to educate ourselves that how you can use these technologies securely, and if you are have become a victim of a scam or your application is getting hacked, that what are the different ways that you can adapt and try to be proactive and manage all your applications securely. So I have given all the tools, what you need to do, what you need to know, and you can get it for free. And something which, so in this book, you'll not be able to understand the technology better. You'll be able to use those tools in trying to see that, like, where are the vulnerabilities, and then in trying to have a solution for those vulnerabilities, because we easily can. So if I have to, do some criticism or to show that, hey, how bad the technology is, I can just only tell a lot of ways that this technology can be misused, and what are the vulnerabilities without giving the solution. But I've also given the solutions, that how what are the solutions that you can use in order to use this technology securely. So that's my 2 cents on this.
Got it. All right. So you can learn that. Do you feel that this is something that you will think about, put into practice, learn more, or at least have a better understanding how it relates to your future practice?
Oh, definitely, yes. Yeah.
Okay. And I would like for all the fellow CHS, we'll just leave it at that, the Stogas, because my kids will be going there one day too as well, students to support Christian. His journey, this video, this interview, where he learned something, because you said you learned, and that shows you the power of this book. It shows you the power of the knowledge that you're going to learn. And I actually learned some things that I now understand how it's going to relate to real estate transactions, because I would love to stop paying title companies middleman fees. I'm tired of paying you thousands of dollars to close real estate transactions, which the title company could be drawn from and done quickly, because we can do our own deeds, our own properties.
Exactly.
So folks, I'm going to tell you again, Ultimate Blockchain Security Handbook. Get this book on Amazon. I want to thank both my guests, Krishnu and Mr. Taha Sajid, the author. Jishnu. I'm going to get it right. Jishnu. This is the Ultimate Blockchain Security Handbook. I have my guest again, Jishnu, and the author of the book, the Ultimate Blockchain Security Handbook, Mr. Taha Sajid himself. This Ancestry Lands, Phil Davis. Remember, folks, I always tell you, I hope you've been educated, enlightened, and least of all, entertained. Thank you for joining in. Make sure you like, share, and comment. If you are from CHS area, represent. Give us a like. Jishnu Allen, task you with all of your friends being my new 1,000 subscribers, taking us to 80,000, folks. We're almost there, actually. We're almost at 78,000 as of today. So you're going to be watched by quite a bit of people. You ready for it?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Now, don't forget, you all will be able in 10 years to go get this man, or maybe 15 when he gets done with schooling, for for it to go practice with him. We'll circle back when he's a practitioner. Maybe we'll have Mr. Taha come and set up all his security features, and I will be able to buy the real estate of the building as a landlord, okay? And we will talk about all the relationships he's going to fix, the first one being mine. All right. That's it, folks. Thanks for joining us. That's our show for today. Phil Davis, Taha Sajid, Jishnu from the local area whose father's giving consent for this video. Thank you, sir. And we're out. Peace.